Hello GMs and adventurers, and welcome to another tutorial video. Before we begin, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps a lot. Well, the first version of the multiplayer is delivered, so let's break down everything for you. General. This is the first version of the multiplayer. We will be doing monthly updates, improving the experience, and like always, taking into consideration your feedback. New GM tools. We added the GM tools layer. As you build your quests, you are now allowed to add spawn points. These will set where your player will be appearing in each of your environmental tabs. If you do not set spawn points, then the players will appear in the center of the 3D scene, which can be found by clicking the camera button here. Non-walkable areas. By placing a non-walkable area, basically you forbid your players to click and walk in that area. Walkable areas. This allows you to set areas where your players can walk. The main principle is that the players are only allowed to walk on floors, grounds, and structure floors. With this tool, you can allow them to walk everywhere you want. Pathfinding. We know that your feedback will help us understand what additional capabilities you'd like us to add in the pathfinding system. Until then, here are a few tips. For now, the GM cannot make the monsters and NPCs walk. These models are part of the World Builder and are considered objects. This means the DM can rotate them, change their size, and move them anywhere. In the future, we will allow animations as well. The GM can select, rotate, and resize the player's character models. Remember, if you want to move a player on top of another model, you have to hold Control while you do. Connection. Anyone with a GM version can host a game and invite others to play. Once the game is created, the GM must give this game code to the players, and they must click Join a Game and add it to the relative field. As you can see, the players, no matter if they own a GM version or a player version, can choose their name, their 3D character, and set their level and hit points. Once in the game, every member has a color which can be seen here. The green circle indicates that the connection is stable. If it turns red, it means you got disconnected and you have to re-enter the session. The World Builder. Yes, the World Builder fully works in an online session. The GM can build or change anything. These changes appear with movement to the players, giving you the chance to do a more theatrical scene building. Check this for instance. Here's what the GM does, and here is how the players see it. Please note that in case you try to bring something huge in the scene, like 40 custom objects at once, you might receive a message that the system cannot transfer that amount of data. A well-grouped scene before you start, plus placing models one by one while in multiplayer, will secure a better online experience. The Pinpoint and Drawing tool. At any time, all users can use the Pinpoint tool to point in the 3D scene, or the Drawing tool to draw. Simple as that. The VFX. Here, the users can find several VFX to play with. This layer will eventually turn to spell effects, where you will be able to customize the VFX to portray any spell you want. Stay tuned. The Measurement tool. This tool is not yet synced because we want to change the UI UX a little bit. Nevertheless, each user can use it locally and stop any argument if their spell can reach the enemy. The Dice. You asked us to change our dice, so this is what we've been doing. This is a work in progress. For now, you can roll any die from here and get a result on screen, but also in the chat. From here, you can change your dice set. Soon, we will allow you to do more complex rolls. Note that the die now is rolled on the screen and not in the 3D scene, which was causing lots and lots of visibility and gaming speed issues. The chat. You may open and close the chat from this button here. In the chat, you are able to see dice results, but also type anything. Yes, we will soon add more features here as well. The cameras. Each player is free to move the camera around and explore. For now, the GMs can click here or press Ctrl+T and force all cameras to the position they like. More camera modes are on the way, and the first will be for the GM to fully control what the players can see. Every player has a camera button as well. By clicking it, they move the camera back to their character. The layers. As you already know, while building, you can hide every layer like so. This still works in the multiplayer, but locally. This means if the GM deactivates the fog of war, the players will still see it, and the GMs are able to set their monsters and their treacherous traps. And that's it. Please remember that this is just the first version. Updates are on the way. Goodbye, y'all!
RPG Stories. It's all about your stories.